So first things first, I believe who suggested that a perfect passer rating. And so here's the thing on the bottom of the screen, so you can't see Jonathan Owens. He's off the screen on the right. So they're going to single up down here on Mike Evans. They're going to have safety help over the top. We know that the downside to that is there's going to be some matchups maybe in the passing game we don't like. One of the matchups that they're probably happy about and we're probably not as happy about, or we I know that's why we drafted him. But Rashad White, a running back out of the backfield, versus Quay Walker. And they just run like just really a high arrow route here or a Texas route back in, open up. And so it's second and 7. And he's going to run for, let's just call it 25, 25-yard gain on a Texas route. Why do you get a Texas route for a 25-yard gain? That's not a Texas. Hey, Mike, is a Texas route a 25-yard play? No, it's not. But if you got to double up Mike Evans, then it all of a sudden becomes because your safety side on the other side of the field where they run the trips. All of a sudden, you got one committed over there. You got nobody in the middle to play ball. We had a lot of trouble yesterday with our linebackers and the safeties deciding who's going to take the middle of the field, especially in the short to intermediate routes. Now we talk about the linebackers getting in the run game. They did a pretty good job overall in the run game yesterday. Talking about our defense, because quite frankly, the Bucks weren't really interested in running it because Baker Mayfield had a perfect game. I don't know if you guys heard, but we just look at this as far as double teaming and then getting downhill on our linebackers and watch what they do. So Devondre Campbell goes underneath the double team. And I guess they're hoping that Quay's going to play over the top, but he gets caught by the backside tackle and Quay gets pushed back. I mean, he's still getting pushed. It's almost 10 yards. 10 yards and a shove at the end. And it's like sometimes guys will go, hey, are you giving this guy too hard a time? No, not at all. Because he could be a good player in this league, but man, you got to change your mindset. You can't this type of play doesn't work in the National Football League. This type of play just doesn't work. You got to be you got to be a dog to be able to play in the trenches in the National Football League. I know they've changed all the rules. You either can hit somebody or you can't. Learn how to come downhill, make it part of your mindset, part of your character. We got 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4. Not a single person on the bottom on the right side of the center is playing. They're acting like it's 3rd and 14. And this is where you go, something's got to give. This don't make any sense. So they went empty a lot. They attacked out of empty and they did a great job. So right here, Baker could throw to anybody on the bottom right of the screen and they're all wide open. It does not make any sense. That's too easy. It's 3rd and 4. You're trying to prevent a touchdown, okay? Excuse me, you're trying to hold them to a field goal at this moment, at the 3rd and 4 moment, and you're giving up first downs to try to prevent a touchdown. Love the play speed from Quay here. There's some good. Listen, for everything. There's good qualities, and you love the play speed here. Devondre gets sucked backside with the play fake, so they run the counter route. Quay, because he's not attacking, plays over the top, does a great job. I think we do a great job at the top of the screen, boxing in the tight end. That's kind of goes unnoticed, but by boxing this play in and making him bubble out, gives Quay an option. He doesn't make the play, but he makes the play. Great play speed for him. There's stuff to build on here. It's not like the defense doesn't have talent. It's not the problem. Exactly this. When I say that, Rashawn Gary, this is what if you do this, 1,000 times, you're going to have more sacks and more sacks and more sacks. So right here, don't go over the top. He goes back underneath, okay, and gets a hold of Baker, and he ends up, I don't know if he gets a half sack here. Who knows what they end up calling. But the reality is you make this play because you go underneath Gadecki and you don't run over the top of Mayfield. Now, that theme will come back later on, but they hold him to a field goal. It's a big deal. Okay. One of the early plays in the game for the Packers. Good throw, good footwork, quick out. Talked about it last week. Got to keep improving that footwork. Jordan Love does a good job stepping into the throw. Easy throw and catch. Dobbs, nice play. Aaron Jones is back. He makes life a lot better. He's just a better running back than any other option that we have. He's a really good running back in this National Football League. He's you put him in a different situation with a different line, a different offense, different focus. You give him the ball all the time, and he stays healthy. He's probably looked at differently across the league, but he's a real talent. But I didn't highlight him. I highlighted DeGuara and Tucker Kraft because Tucker does a great job on 54. Is that Devondre David? Does a great job blocking at the second level. That's an all-pro linebacker, okay? He can't block the defensive end. He's just not good enough yet to do it consistently. But you can block the line. And so what do? You lead Josh Myers, let him block the D end. So they run a tackle trap. DeGuara gets up on the safety or the corner. And first carry, everyone's going, oh, man, this could be a good day. Great throw. Now the big man in the middle, Vita's in. And we just do a good job. This isn't a huge carry. But here's the point. Communication works well. They run split flow. Zach Tom and John Runyon Jr. do a great job of adjusting because Vita moves before the snap. He steps laterally to his left, our right. And they just do a good job of driving him off the ball for 2-3 yards. And so this ends up being a 5-yard gain on Vita Vea. And this is positive. This is good. You get a little pre-snap movement. You make the calls and the adjustments. Your footwork's clean. And you get double teams up to the linebackers. And all of a sudden, it's 2nd and 4. This is great stuff. 2nd and 5, excuse me. Now, the very next play. Come on, Mike. Now we got 2nd and 5. And Elijah Cansey kind of takes a knee or something. But instead of keep going and just pushing through this, Josh Myers what's going on here? We go. Josh Myers stays on the block. Bit of a technical error. We'll get it here in a sec. Here we go. Yeah, anyways, you're going to take my word for it. Josh Myers stays on his block. So the linebacker runs through, makes the play. Talking about KJ Britt, who's filling in for Devin White. They've been doing a great job. We talk about Jordan Love now, young quarterback, steps into the throw. Fantastic to Jaden Reed. First down. These are big-time plays. Easy stuff. Now, count the bodies. I love this play. So you go in motion, and all you're really running is a little guard counter or a stutter look, right, with the backside tight end coming in, following up as the fullback. But you bring the wide receiver in motion as well to keep the corner out of the box. You're not fooling anybody but the outside corner and safety to stay soft so the safety doesn't come into the box quick enough. We do a great job fitting up, get a good double team. Again, first down, Aaron Jones on a 2nd and 5 play. It's phenomenal. Okay? Absolutely great start to the drive. Get a good double there. On the play side, we end up getting a great double team. But we miss the linebacker again. So the double team works, but John Runyon Jr. doesn't get off on linebacker. And this is a very makeable block. Like there's no reason to miss this guy. It's not like it's this huge chasm. It's not like it's not like you didn't know where he was going to be. You got your out. You've done everything right. All you have to do is like turn it into a car accident. Make a hard left and just create a car accident right there. If you do that, he walks into the end zone. And this is a touchdown. Why is that significant? As everybody knows already. Now it's 3rd and 1. The slant Zach Tom just gets surprised on a slant. So they just slant the play side. Listen, if it's short yardage, fans of football, short yardage, what's the thing that defensive tackles, defensive ends do? They slant on 3rd and 1. They try to trick you and you go into a different gap. You got to be really disciplined with your footwork. I've been beaten out a lot. Everybody gets beaten out once in a while. It just can't surprise you like it does here. End up getting stuffed. So we go 4th and 2. So we had a touchdown, is my point. Okay. We had a touchdown, and he's got the flat look, and he's got him open, and he's got everything he wants. He's got the leverage. Now, this is the hardest throw for Jordan Love, across his body in the flat, away from so left a left side of the football field in the flat, away from him. It's the hardest throw. You got to step into it. This is one of those, you put your foot in the ground and you fire a rocket across the field. Okay. He just kind of leans, he goes back foots this a little bit and floats it over the top. We don't make the play, so we're not in. Luckily, Enigbari comes back doesn't beat the guy initially, but just a great effort. Ball's got to be gone for Baker. Good job by the defense by making him go through this progression. This is what we were talking about in the preview show, was make him go through 4 or 5 progressions, because it's almost good for the defense that he can do it. Like, in other words, if he was a Tommy DeVito, first guy's gone, I'm out of here, right? He's running the ball right now, 2nd and 6. He's probably out too, because you can very easily escape and outrun Devontae Wyatt out of the B gap on his south side, his right side. But because he can read through the progressions, because he's a proper quarterback that has the ability to read 4 and 5 progressions, he's sitting here reading it out, and it gives you a chance to, I don't even know if you call that a pick, a sack, fumble, immediate. Like, that was a phenomenal play by Enigbari. And then because we get to the linebacker, great job here by Rasheed Walker. You watch 63, just gets enough of him here on Tucker Kraft, get him out of the way. Man linebacker, huge play. So you let so Tucker Kraft releases 0, turns around, catches the ball. Linebacker standing there in man coverage because we're down on the 2-yard line. Rasheed Walker does a great job of pushing him by. Tucker Kraft makes the adjustment. We got a touchdown. Honestly, maybe the best celebration all year. Just starts doing the muscle thing, man. He was so excited. He was like Waterboy right here, slap hands. It was phenomenal. I'm really starting to like this kid. Window throw. So it's 7-3. We come back and we're dropping. So you're in base defense. You're going to drop Preston Smith. He's reading the eyes of the quarterback. And Baker does a great job. He's got 3 receivers to the top, including the running back here. So he gets with his eyes, he gets Devondre Campbell to step to Devondre's left and open up. And now he's got window throws. Just a great job of getting a first down by Baker. And you see all the action. Sucks up the linebackers, sucks up the safeties. And now Chris Godwin, it's not even under center, but because of all, we always talk about it, guard pull, all the flow action from the backside tight end, all of that really forces those linebackers to pay attention and respect play action, especially early in the game. And you know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming off a game they ran for 148 yards. So now we got, I think this is Godwin. Yeah, Godwin up the sideline for 20. It's a good play call, yada, yada, yada. Safety's already down, so you only got single safety high. It just makes it's a very, very difficult way to play football. You see Rashawn Gary here just do such a good job of okey doking the pull. Just makes the guard whiff, makes the play. My point is the guys are playing hard, right? This isn't, nobody's giving up. Now, this is an interesting play. I highlighted, you got the safety to the trip side down on the bottom of the screen, but they're really running like a cover 3. You see the leverage that Stokes is giving. Stokes is going to take the high man, right? Flat player taken by the safety. I think it's Keyshawn Nixon. So Stokes is given a lot of kind of inside leverage. If the point man's for Mike Evans, who's their best player, by the way, you're giving him about 4 yards of inside leverage. And the backside, the safety, you're playing single safety high, unless the backside corner is going to play his deep third, which he does not here. He sits at the 10-yard line and waits for the in cut, even though I think Quay Walker is standing right there. If you're not going to help the safety on the backside, and he's got to make this choice, I think it's Rudy Ford, of whether or not he's going to go across here with Godwin, then Evans is wide open. There's nothing you can do. I mean, with the leverage that Stokes started with the quality receiver that Mike Evans has, and then you see up at the top of the screen, there's a guy wanna run wide open in the end zone. Well, there's just nothing that can be done here because now we'll look top side. I want you to look at the top of the screen, 10-yard line. You see that backside safety sitting on that in cut. You got your backer there. You got Quake in the middle of the field on the hash waiting for it as well. And what you've done is you've forced this safety to make a decision because that corner is not retreating and covering that final third. So Quay Walker just gets stepped, or excuse me, Eric Stokes just gets stepped by what at this point is a superior player in his career, Mike Evans, who has leverage on him already. He can run to open space. Now you can't have this. You can't. These are the things we got to continue to improve on. You're running a two-man route. You got everybody in. They still manage to get free because they're bringing pressure, and of course, you're going to bring pressure on a young quarterback. So this can't be a surprise. You have to have options, and I think the release guy stumbles a little bit here, but you can't take a sack on 1st and 10. You can't take a 5-yard sack on 1st and 10 when you got max protect. You just can't do it. Throw the ball away. Do something. Throw it to the ass of the release guy who's stumbling. Throw the ball away. You cannot take a sack there. You see this play, you got 2 guys blocking 1, you got 3 guys blocking 2, and then we got 2 tight ends that are running, trying to take on everybody else. And I think at some point, this is just too much. We're talking about KJ Britt just knocks Aaron Jones out of the way. Is that Aaron or is that another one of the running back? I can't see the number. Can't We end up getting a first down. Tucker got the first down. Then he gets this play. And this is where Tucker Craft, this is why you love him. Because right now he got the great kick with the leg. That's athletic, right? He looks like he's up high. And then right now he realizes, oh, well, 30 didn't dive. I wonder where his helmet's going to be. And it's like, right in the old, I mean, goodness me. So we got 2 linebackers in a corner. Okay. Now, Devondre is worried about the route. So now we got Quay and the corner just getting. I mean, they don't even touch this guy. They don't make the play. And that's a 1st and 15 call. So they had a false start. I think it was a false start. And then they get 9 on the run. And we've been talking about all year. It's a mentality. It's the way that it's if you're not coaching it, if you're accepting it, whatever it is, like this can't happen. Because this is not a good running football team. I know they had a good week last year. This is not a good running football team or last week. 90 yards a game on the ground until last week. See, great job of running a stunt here. Stunts were big for us in the pass pro. And the stunt here by the D tackle of Rashawn Gary gets Gary upfield. I think that might be Kenny that gets a hand on that ball, ends up batting it up in the air, gets him off the field on 3rd and 4. Now, honestly, they're bringing pressure. We don't pick it up. It's a little bit surprising, to be fair. They run it out of tight, like exactly what we said in the preview show. This is where they're going to bring pressure. Of course, they're going to bring it right now. But they end up just letting him take one on the chin and letting this thing go. This is the best play in football right now. In the National Football League, the best play in football is throw a fade and hope that the ref calls a flag. Was it a flag? Maybe it was earlier. I didn't watch it on this. I didn't see it on this tape. But you can tell 29 sure as hell doesn't think it's a call. But that has turned into, unfortunately, right now with the way the refs are going, this is the best play in football. It benefits the Packers. I don't understand how this stuff works. And again, from a communication standpoint, some of the pregame adjustment stuff you really need to work on. Our man 54 is sitting on the end of the line of scrimmage, Levante David, and they're not accounting for him. And if they're not accounting for him because they're just going to run this quick in by Aaron Jones at the bottom of the screen, then this has to go now. Like you have the clearance, you got man-on-man coverage here. It's got to go now. And it's a little bit too late. And so right now when he thinks he should be throwing the ball, he can't. And so he's got to throw this away. And it's just little things like that. As you get a more experienced quarterback, like you're just going to have answers for that. And so this is what I talk about. It's a learning. It's like this is the whole thing year is like a learning in progress session. We go 2nd and 10. Now, this screen game, this has to eat. I mean, goodness me. Now, Jenkins could turn around and block the backside guy. who's trailing, doing a good job of trailing. It's probably the smart play here is probably to get him. But having said that, there's 3 dudes running full speed upfield, and they don't make it. And really, on if we're being honest, they don't block a single one of them. They don't block a single guy there. Aaron Jones has 3 lead blockers and gets 3 yards. Gotta be better. I mean, it's like this is the stuff. That's a great play call by Matt LaFleur. That's a great play call. You have to be able to execute there. Joe Philbin had a screen drill that we ran. We always thought it was funny that we're running screen drills in training camp. And then we got to regular season and we're like, man, we're really good at screens. And it was like, yeah, because you trained to be good at them. Like you did them full speed all the time. So we got 3rd and 6, and we get a penalty. Anyways, turnover. We end up punting the ball away eventually. And so this is a 3rd and 3. And I pick out these things sometimes because it's just this is why I think that maybe we have to, seriously consider if I'm sitting in a decision making seat, I got to just consider some changes. The outside receivers have absolutely or defenders have absolutely no chance of making any plays here. You got 3 guys open. You got one at the bottom of the screen, 2 at the top. Fondre Campbell has to take the flat route, and your DB is playing so far off that it's another easy pitch and catch. Baker Mayfield has 22 for 28, and you look at some of these throws, and you're going, a lot of people could make these throws in the National Football League. Similar situation here. You got, I think they're running cover 2. The bottom, the corner on the bottom opens up like it's cover 2. The slot nickel goes into the middle of the field here and gets caught watching. And you see Quay's getting back deep here. And they throw just a perfect ball. And I just don't think, I think you're asking, Quay's a really good athlete, but he's got to worry about the backside tight end as well. You're asking a lot if you think he's going to be able to cover all that kind of ground. Now, maybe you want Rudy Ford to come up and make this play and rattle some jawbones, but I don't know what we're protecting on the 50, what is that, the 48-yard line there. That doesn't make a lot of sense, especially with a guy who's got a hot hand. You see it here. Eyes go to the backfield. We're talking about Keyshawn Nixon. And Quay's just got, I mean, I guess yesterday I said, Baker's margin for error and some of the stuff was razor thin. Like he's making good throws. This throw could go poorly, right? If Quay identifies it a step sooner, if Rudy identifies it a step sooner, if Keyshawn Nixon doesn't stop and he keeps backpedaling, like you have to put this throw at a very specific spot. And he was doing that yesterday. So he was dealing. But goodness me. Talk about the stunts getting home. We saw Rashad Gary with the tip. Now Van Ness. And listen, if I'm the defensive line coach, and I'm gonna have Van Ness in on passing situations, and this is 1st and 10. This is a run stunt. Okay. But if I have him in this situation, like I'm sorry, I'm wrong. This is 2-minute drill. I'm sorry. This is not a run stunt. But they do these in run stunts as well. But I'm gonna have him running as many games as I can because it allows him to play fast. It allows him to be athletic. And we don't have to focus on his pass rush capabilities as far as one-on-one now. So great job. You see why Wyatt's so excited because Wyatt just picked the hell out of Tristan Wirfs. Like great job by Wyatt. Wyatt makes that play go. Fantastic.